Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. We know that we all inherit physical DNA from our family, but our next guest says we also inherit other kinds of patterns, such as thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, which can also affect our health. Here to share more, we welcome back the author of Decoding Your Emotional Blueprint, Judy Wilkins-Smith. Great to see you, Judy.
Hi, Hannah. It's nice to see you again.
Let's jump in with some big words. Tell me about what is the transgenerational nervous system and how does that affect our health?
Okay, so when you find that you're having really big emotions that don't seem to make sense, this can be a transgenerational emotion. So something happened way back 4 generations ago, and it kept echoing down because it wasn't resolved, and here you sit with it. How it affects our health is, think about these big emotions and how you stress with them. Those emotions of stress are not good for the body. They start to break down the body. And so when you inherit those emotions and perpetuate them, well, it's really not good news for that poor body that's trying to be healthy.
That's so interesting. So then is it possible to actually inherit trauma from previous generations, even if you're maybe not aware of what's happened?
Absolutely. And there are a lot of studies done on that. There's a Great Dutch Hunger Winter study, and also the 9/11 study, where they studied mothers who'd been pregnant at the time and around that whole situation. And what they found was that the mothers had elevated PTSD markers, but so did the kids and their kids.
Oh, wow. That's fascinating. Okay, so what questions can we ask ourselves to identify those health patterns that maybe we've inherited without even realizing it?
Absolutely. So what you want to do is say to yourself, okay, where do I feel? Where am I not well? Okay, when did that start for me? What was happening in my life at the time? What did I take from that? What did I make it mean about me? What did I make it mean about others? Is that when I began to feel not healthy? And then go back into your family system if you can, because some people don't have access to it. But go and have a look and see who else got sick and when. Is there a pattern similar to yours? Now, if you don't have access to that, then you want to have a look, where in your life have you stressed, been unhealthy? What have been the triggers for that? And you want to ask yourself, what triggers me? And then what is the antidote? Because we all have the antidotes with us.
Okay, and even if you can make a small change, sometimes just making a minor adjustment can make a big difference in your life?
Huge, because what you're doing is you're changing the whole pattern. So one new thought, one new feeling, one new action sounds small, but it's really not, because you're rewiring the brain. And we know, of course, through neuroscience that absolutely you can do that. We are never powerless.
That's a really good point. We are never powerless. So what if, is there certain situations where you might have to kind of talk yourself into doing the hard work? Because it is hard sometimes to face maybe a trauma or something from your past that's just challenging to even think about sometimes.
You know, yes. And one of the things I would say is ask yourself, if I don't do this, where will I be in 6 months' time, a year's time, or 2 years' time? And then ask yourself, if I just look and I just have one new feeling and then one new thought, and I take one new action, then where will I be in 6 months' time or a year?
That's a great way to look at it. Not so overwhelming when you take it off in small bite-sized chunks like that.
Exactly. You don't want to try and eat the whole elephant. It'll just give you indigestion. But a little bit at a time goes a long way.
Very good. So remind me about your idea of constellations, because that could be a good starting point for a lot of folks.
Yeah, it's really helpful. So constellations is a way of putting what's in your mind in front of you in 3D. And what you do is you take either figurines or you take pieces of paper. So let's say I'm struggling with X on my health. I really struggle to walk every day. Okay, so the struggle is walk, and it's me. Who else struggled to walk? Maybe mom struggled to walk. Let's put her down over there too. What about dad? Let's put him in. Now let's place them the way that it is for me, so I get a spatial picture of what's going on. Maybe it's work. Maybe we put work in there too. And then what is it that I need to change just a degree? And then start to move those papers around. When you go, got it, I can do that. That's your first step. And that is a constellation.
And do you see people have really big breakthrough aha moments just putting it down in front of you physically like that? Even if it's things you already know in your own mind, but seeing it all laid out, you can realize it, how the big picture really lands?
I really do, and it fascinates me because I've been doing this for a while, and literally just placing it in front of you, where you, instead of trying to analyze it, you can now see it, you can hear yourself talking about it, you can walk on it. Those ahas come a lot faster, and they do create breakthroughs. You may have told yourself for a while, I know I need to do better, I know I need to do better. But when you see it in front of you and you go, oh, I'm up 10 pounds, I really need to do better, or I'm down 10 pounds, because both can be equally difficult. I really need to do better. What can I do? And then you take a new piece of paper and put down one new thought, and another one that says one new feeling, and another one that's one new action. Well, now you've got a game plan, and you can see it, feel it, hear it, and ground it. Much easier.
There you go. A great place to start. Hey, thank you so much, Judy. It was great seeing you.
It's always a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. The book again is Decoding Your Emotional Blueprint, and we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.